whispering?
I don't know. We whispered in the last episode, so we whisper in this
I
episode.
won't remember.
This is just the start bit, just before the show. Like in the last start bit, I was a bit horrible to you, so I just wanted to apologise for that.
It's alright.
Okay.
Getting used to.
Don't say that because it seems more real. Because if they think we're doing this bit while we don't know it's recording, it might seem a bit less disingenuous. Do you know what I mean? Should we just start?
Yeah.
I'll intro. Lonely Man Podcast, Dabnah, yeah. Not So Lonely Man Podcast. We're supposed to do that bit together. Not So Lonely Man Podcast.
You're not going to get that from me.
3, 2, 1. Not So Lonely Man Podcast. There we go. Right, Tanya, first of all.
Felt forced.
What? First of all, hello, how's it going? How's life?
Life is getting a bit better, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Good.
Yeah, how are you? How's your life going?
Oh, thank you. Oh, it's nice to
like
be
I don't
asked.
see you every day.
Huh?
So like I don't see you every day.
We see each other every day. Too much, some people might say. Yeah, life's good. What have you been up to though?
I can't remember.
No?
Not really.
Baby brain. Return of the
Yeah.
baby brain.
The only thing I remember was my midwife appointment and that's it.
I'll bet that comes up later. Remember, in baby update. What you been up to? Lots of work.
Just working. Work, home, dinner, shower, TV show, and bedtime. That's it. That's the routine.
But you're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy and content with life.
Sort of, I guess.
What sort of? What could improve it?
Probably, I don't know. Just, you know how one of my colleagues at work says, every single time he does something at work, he'll be like, I just want to be rich.
Yeah, get that money.
Yeah.
Get that money. Get them hoes.
Don't know what host do you want, my need, but
Fly through seas. Get to shows. It's a rap lyric in a rap song.
great.
I'll find it one day, and if it's not out there, I'll create it.
Yeah.
Only joking. No, but yes, obviously money makes the world go round. So.
It does nowadays, unfortunately.
Indeed. So, do you remember? We'll pick it up where we left off. Do you remember where we left off though?
Talking about you, and that's it.
Talking about me
No.
personally.
No, the TV
Yeah,
show.
we're always talking about me. Come on, let's have a day off. Let's talk about you.
The TV series.
Yes. 24th of May was our last recording, I believe.
Yeah.
This is just a prop. By the way, just for context, I'm playing with a mic, like I'm talking into the mic. But
It feels like you're breaking a neck over my.
no, it's more like makes me feel more part of the show. We're not plugging it into the laptop because last time we done that, headache. Remember?
Yeah.
Also, these phones are what?
So another half an hour.
These phones are created a way now where we should just be able to do it off the phone, off the rip, easy peasy, straight into the editing software on my phone.
Or the search button instead of the laptop. When you search over the phone, which is much more quicker and you don't have to pay instead of a laptop.
I don't really know what you're talking about.
What were you searching before? Just literally 5 minutes ago.
ChatGPT?
No. The information you were looking for.
Oh, the information for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're ruining the illusion right now, because
not.
obviously the people think that we just talk and it's structured in a way that my brain always remembers it. That's what the people think.
No, I'm just saying because
You're ruining the illusion.
You start talking about how easy it is to use your phone, and I said yes, it is much more easier than using a laptop.
It should be easier. The first episode that we done, the pilot, remember?
This mic gonna die today.
Had all that noise in the background and it kept stopping because I was trying to run it through the laptop. This is so boring for the people, but by the way, so we'll try and jazz it up a little bit. It ruined the fucking audio. So now I just do it on the phone. I'm not being funny. Phones are like $1,000 a piece right now. They should be able to handle this, and it sounds better.
Yeah, it does. 2
and 3 sound way better than 1. And also, Tanya, we've beat another record.
What record?
So obviously,
Episode 4.
Episode 3. I've never done an episode 3.
I've never done episode 4.
I've also never done an episode number 4. So every time we do a podcast now, we're breaking another record. So when we're on episode 100...
Oh my God, are we going that far?
What did you just think we were doing this for a couple of weeks and then that was it?
I was hoping.
Think, when I'm at work and I'm busy slaving away, getting us all that money, you can play this podcast for the baby and be like, I don't even have to look at it today. It's got hours of mummy and daddy. You could leave it in here and go shopping.
No, I can't.
Potentially.
That's probably in your world.
Hey, I would never do anything like that.
Have you got the wind protection?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wind protection, cost protection. I'll stop there. Protection. You're not gonna ask me what I've been up to then?
I did. Kind of. As in, like, how was your life and everything?
Life's been good, busy, sober, slow, dramatic, and perfect all at the same time.
Yeah.
A whirlwind of emotions, constantly busy. If I'm not doing this, I'm doing that. That's the spot I'm currently in. So we start this podcast off Prime Dick.
What Prime?
We tried Fake Prime. Do you remember?
Oh,
we tried a little bit of the
Messay.
The messy brand of Prime. Do you want to tell the people what it was like, Tanya?
It was like...
Give them an idea of what they can expect. If they get it, obviously.
Kind of like a childhood orange medicine that you don't like.
Yeah. It is like... Tastes like an off Sunny D.
Yeah. But a bit more like flavorful if comparing to an actual Prime. The orange one. Because the orange Prime was very like... smooth, yet flavorful, but yet not enough. But this one just like fucking kicked you in the nuts.
You can also taste every single chemical in it.
Yeah.
The most artificial tasting thing. Here's a good question for you. I've just thought of this now. What was better? Was it your the water sachet things, or Messay?
Honestly, none.
You gotta pick one.
I can't.
You have to pick one to drink for the rest of your life. You're stranded on a desert island. It's the only thing there.
Because sachet was very, like a thick one, and I didn't like. Stop it.
Sorry.
Didn't like the texture of it, but with the Messay, I didn't like the taste. So I'd rather go with a taste than actual texture. I'll actually go with Messay.
Yeah, I also would too. And also, to think what you had to go through, I used to have to go through every single day. And I had to fight through and drink one of them horrible sachets just to get them waters that my body was lacking. The
rehydration.
Yeah, like, I really feel your pain there. Do you feel my pain in the same kind of way?
Not really, because the consequence? No.
Consequence of my actions?
No. My brain. See, I was not ready today to do that.
Sorry, guys.
Why are you talking in the mic?
Hey, it's the illusion. If I believe it, the people will.
Help me?
I don't know what you're trying to say. The consequence of your actions. I thought you was going to go down the road where you're like...
The reason why you've done it and why I've done it.
Yeah.
What's that word?
Consequence.
Was it consequence?
Yeah.
It sounds so wrong in my head right
now. Because I would have a drink and have a hangover in the morning, no water's in my body, I'm trying to relate to that when obviously you've been ill and needing this stuff. I made myself ill.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. But do you feel sorry for me though?
No.
Okay. It's not very supportive.
Because you've done it to yourself.
Now going on to more pressing matters.
Oh, go on. Surprise me.
Prime Sour Edition. What did we think?
I quite liked it, you know.
It was a very you one. I think you finished it.
It was a very me.
Not for me.
I did finish it. I would definitely drink it during the summertime if it was much colder. And maybe I would actually make my own drink. As in, I'll mix it up with more lemon. Or like a...
Make it even more sour.
Yeah, even more sour. Then it would be really nice and very cold.
It wasn't for me. I'm that much of a sour fan anymore. Bit of a pussy when it comes to it now. Also, it said it was like the sourest that you can make a flavour legally, and yeah, it wasn't sour at all. Now, most importantly,
What is it?
I'm celebrating a little bit here. Do you want to tell the people how I got the TV on the wall?
I was gonna say how come I was surprised how you didn't mention that the first thing.
No, because we got to build up to this. So I thought what a great way to start would be if you tell them how bad it was the first time I tried to put it on a dry wall compared to an actual wall.
Basically fell down. Call it like that.
No, but like the drama,
It was
the build up, the pain.
It was horrible. I mean, I did tell you not to do that because it was very late and it was the wrong time to do it as well. But nobody listened to me, and it was around 9:30. I think it was a Sunday. It wasn't even a Saturday, it was Sunday, so people were going to work.
Just still drilling into that wall, baby.
And you were still drilling into that wall. Everything was open. It was cold. It was freezing on that day as well. And you were just on the edge. As in, like, I thought that TV would fly out,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm shocked I didn't break the screen.
Yeah.
Because I was getting to... You know when you get so frustrated with something, you start, like, squeezing it, but you want it to break, even though you know when it does break, the consequences of it are going to be outrageous. But you're so angry in that moment. It's all you can see.
I really thought when you put it flat with a screen down and you start, like...
Drilling into
the actual TV, I was like, you actually gonna just push it into the screen.
Yeah. But Tanya went work, and on Champions League night, we'll fucking get to that, don't worry. I had another go. And I put it on another wall, which obviously must have had something to fucking take the weight, like a wooden bracket or something around the doorway, and got it in. And now how cool is the TV?
I mean, when you said had another go, and then Tanya came home and looked behind the TV, there was another 8 holes.
Yeah. So I'm skipping a little bit here. It's had 3 goes. It started in one position, then another position, then another position. But we finally got there. And they do say third time lucky. I was thinking, look, this is my last go. The pictures will explain all, but we live like kings now, don't we?
Yeah, it's very comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't say anything when you came back yesterday and you saw that TV pulled out when I was in the kitchen.
No, because I was just like, I was so in awe of it, so in shock. I was really just taken back by it. And then I was just thinking, oh, that would be great if I said. But I was too busy admiring my own genius.
You're petting that mic.
You put something solid near my hands.
I didn't.
Don't think I'm ever letting go.
You've done it yourself.
Question. Podcast noise. What is your favourite thing you've ever created or made? Since we're talking about my beautiful creation.
Created or made?
Created or made. It can be like digital, physical, singing, dancing, anything you've ever created.
It's probably my small canvas, what was it, like a forest real painting, I would say, like that. It was one of my first times I've ever tried to paint something natural. And
that landscape you done?
No, like it's a very small one. I've done it at my parents' house, and it was like a water, it was forest, it was greeny, but it looked so real. But the fact that it was so small, literally like the size of my palm, it took me 13 hours. And the fact that I actually did not took in 2 days, I've literally woke up in the morning, had my coffee, kept on going to make a coffee, put the music on, or like TV show, I can't even remember, and I continuously was drawing it for 13 hours.
Have you got a picture of it?
Yeah, I do.
Insert picture here.
Yeah, you can see that.
Nice.
That was one of my proudest creation, I would say. Well, what about you?
Me!
Chance.
Me! Well, I've got a few bits of art. But I don't like anything I draw or paint. Because everything I draw or paint has a reason. for something, or I've made it for that reason. I don't have like creative juice like that.
I don't have it as well.
I think of something, but then it becomes less like I want to do it. It's more like I need to do it because I'll need like a cover, I don't know, like a song or an album or something like that. Obviously, the music is very near and dear to me. I do think the best thing I've ever made is The Calm Before the Storm. I think it's the best piece of work I've ever made. The first part, not the second part. Not that it's not bad. It was the last thing. Go and check it out here. Fucking banging album. But obviously the work that went into the late nights and the screaming, having that moment with the laptop was very nice. So that's my made thing. But I'm thinking of something more physical. Don't know. I've done a really big landscape once. That I used to have behind the bed. I made that as my like final sixth form piece.
Yeah, I remember you showed me that.
But if I look at it now, I'm like, I could have done that so much better. Like the view could have been better and more realistic. But if I think about it, I really liked it.
What about work in your mum's garden?
Oh, my brick wall at mum's.
Yeah.
You know what? Good shout. This wall. Not in a Donald Trump way, not a weird way, anything like that. I made a wall for my mum, little vegetable patch thing, and I will be making these for the rest of my life because she'll slowly get the whole way around the garden. Good shout. Yeah, I reckon that.
Yeah, because I think that's very impressive because that's kind of like a construction work as well.
What are you trying to say, Tanya? I'm just a
Change
handyman in all
Change
ways.
job.
Want to relax yourself, and for that you can get this. This is a segue and a half. Watch this reaction, guys. Football.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Briefly already mentioned it. We watched Champions League final. Broke a duck, had a few beer skis, shoot me, but I have never seen such a one-sided match ever in my life. PSG versus Inter Milan. PSG made the Inter boys look old, lethargic. If you'd have watched this final, I literally ran downstairs to meet you and I said, like, it's so one-sided. And then I think you come in at 4-0 and then they'd just put another one in. What?
I think I'm allergic to your podcast.
Our podcast, mine and yours.
Our podcast.
Because if I had my own podcast, there'd be no episodes, okay?
Not even one.
But it got me thinking. And I got a sign, that was my first sign, the Champions League final. And then obviously on my Snapchat memories, had the 7th of June, which means what, Tanya?
The West Ham war.
Correct. It got me thinking about them Thursday nights. And a question that I thought I'd ask you, and then you can ask me back, if you please.
That was such a Lucifer moment, you know?
I'm going to have to find something similar, remember it, and now insert it. Thanks, Tanya. More work for me.
It's okay. He always does that.
That was just...
Hands up.
That was gay, what you just did.
Poof.
But you can't say that word. I'm going to have to get that bit out now and clarify what I was saying, which was gay, but is in the happy one.
I called my manager Poof today.
Stop
Stop
talking, okay? There's only so much of your shit I can cut round. And ultimately, I'm going to be the one who loses because you'll be moaning that I'm editing it in bed. And I'm trying to do my best here, but you just keep saying shit in the present time that I have to alter in the future.
So that should be your second thing. So you do have a podcast for the YouTubers, the subscribers, and the second one should be just the moments when you were cutting our conversation.
Well, I can't fucking do uncut because everyone's a fucking snowflake now. So you can't say anything on the internet.
No, just for
in case
us.
you get cancelled.
Just for us, like this kind of a situation.
So you want me to edit one podcast,
which is for the YouTube.
For YouTube. Then you want me to create another one,
which is not a whole podcast, but just the parts that you cut off.
For you. Well, you're just going to do that in your spare time, just listen to it.
Yeah, because I like them more.
So you prefer the bits that aren't even in the podcast that you listen to when you listen back to our episodes? If you even do.
I do. That's what one of your likes.
You'd rather have like 30 seconds of outcuts.
Yeah, it's like your shorts.
Let's stop this conversation. Do you think ever that West Ham will be in the Europa League and win something again?
Probably, but not very soon.
What's not very soon? Couple of seasons?
I'm talking about
5 years?
Good 10 and a half.
Well, think we could next season. We've got the Premier League if we win it.
Yeah.
Which is realistic, really, isn't it? West Ham winning the Premier League. The answer is obviously no, but I'm a deluded West Ham fan.
Yeah, very deluded.
We got the FA Cup. We're in that cup competition, and we've got the League Cup. So we've got 3 chances of winning things next season. So you're saying about 10 years. I'm saying in 3 to 4 years, I think we'll watch West Ham win something, and I think it'll be under the Potter era. That might be a bold statement, and I might look like a absolute mug in like a couple of months' time. But yeah.
Should I break your dreams in one sentence?
What?
That's my intuition.
Yeah, but it's not always right.
I've only got wrong like once or twice.
It's not 100% then.
You were ready to bet.
Well,
Start
I can't be left to bet because I'll just bet for the wrong people. Really.
Yeah, you would.
So yeah, so I got here. I'm missing them Thursday nights and the memories that they gave me. And can you just tell the people, just paint a picture of just what that night was like when I watched my boys, my team, for the first time ever, the 27 years that I've been alive. The one thing I never actually thought I'd see, West Ham lifting that Conference League trophy. Can you just tell the people for the memes?
Well, first of all, it was crazy that you were actually watching it on your phone.
Yeah, I was very poor in them days. I still am.
Keep subscribing and liking the videos.
Yeah, we're in the bits here, mate.
keep putting the video in a repeat.
Yeah, fucking likes, comments.
No, it was crazy because I obviously was not around. Well, I was around football, but I wasn't around.
You didn't understand it in them times.
No, I didn't. I was not around someone mental about football. The only time I've been around someone like this, it was when with my granddad when I was very, very young. And I remember him shouting when he would see the goal. And he would just literally go like to another universe. And it was one of the moments, especially because I managed to record it as well. And
moment in time.
Yeah, catch the moment and show it to you as well, which was very surprising to you as well, because you can now keep on going back to that video and be like, oh,
I know, it's
now,
so
you know
special.
What? It happened and I've got the proof.
Yeah, literally.
But it was very emotional because you did cry.
Yeah. I was on the floor. I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it.
It was very exciting. It was very loud. Very loud.
So loud.
And yeah, it's just like when I was still not supporting football as much as I am right now, it was just still nice to be happy for someone's club to be, winners.
It must have been so different from you, which we've touched on in the past. Obviously, you came when West Ham were like firing on all cylinders. Like most games you'd watch, we'd win. Now, obviously, you've seen the decline. You must be like, yeah, it was so much easier when they were winning.
It was so much easier. And now, if you will put West Ham, I'm like, oh, fucking hell, you know what?
Not ruined.
Put my headphones in.
Yeah.
Just be on my phone.
Try and get through this. Maybe if I sleep with a shield tonight, I'll be alright.
I'll be like, oh, they're about to pass a goal. Oh, they're about to shoot. Nope.
No, just backward passes only at the moment. But yeah, I do think we'll get round there, and obviously not to spend too long on football, but it'll be nice to watch that rebuilding process. But I do think out of the League Cup, the FA Cup, and getting back into Europa League football within the next couple of seasons, hopefully, and that's already aiming too high. I do think that we'll eventually win something, and I hope I'm not being too deluded. Do you remember the celebrations after?
It was a crazy
When we're saucing, and I think that was on a Thursday night, right?
I'm pretty sure it was one of the working days.
Because I don't know if I was in like the next day, but I remember like
You were.
I remember getting up and being like, "Oh, it's gonna be a tough one today."
You were at work on the next day. I'm pretty sure you were.
7th of June. No, it just says it's ice cream day. That's no good to me.
Seriously, you've got a calendar.
No, that's too far to go back.
No, it's not.
It's too far, Tanya.
Literally not.
No, that's today.
It's literally not. You go to 2023. Look, I'm already here. It was bloody Tuesday.
It was bloody Tuesday.
How quick was that?
Yeah, it was a rough one. I remember it being rough, but I have never. I was trying to explain this to Jack, my brother, and he only realises it now. Obviously, Chelsea have won everything before he goes on about it, but he didn't realise just fucking hell. No, I'm a silent Chelsea supporter because of your dad and my brother. But obviously, if West Ham were playing, I'm still fucking spitting on them.
So I wasn't wrong.
In context. He realised, like, because obviously he mugged it off for ages, but he did admit on that night when they won it, it was just like I know I used to laugh at you winning it, but winning anything for all the teams that are in it at the start means the fucking world. And I was like, mate, thank you for saying that. Like, that is enough, even though you're drunk and that's the only time you're going to say it. Thank you for saying it, because I fucking really took that. Moving on from West Ham to England. Now, I was going to say, like, things are looking hopeful for England, but I've just checked it. We're actually playing now, and I didn't know, again.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Who are they playing against?
We're playing Senegal. And at the time of recording this, we're losing 2-1. And it's 81 minutes in. We recently played Andorra. We won 1-0. Harry Kane scored. We had a few chances, but we didn't really create enough to put the ball in the back of the net, basically. But against teams like Andorra, you should be skinning them at least 5 or 6, minimum 3, right? Because obviously the world class players that you got on the pitch. Going to talk about Jarrod Bowen not being in the England team. How much of a joke do you think that is, Tanya? Tell the people.
As you say, it's much of a joke, because he should be there. No, because he's a well-deserved player to be on the England team. But unfortunately, I guess they don't see him as the best one.
There's only one player in the Premier League that has more goal contributions in the season in a whole of the Premier League, and they are the Premier League winners of last season, as in just won it. Liverpool, Mo Salah, who is an actual world-class player. And Jarrod Bowen has been left out of... Obviously, this might not be his final squad.
Yeah.
But that he takes into the World Cup. But
do you think he'll ever play for England?
I think you might take him, but obviously...
on the bench?
Yeah, I love Jarrod Bowen, but also I'm you got to have Saka in that team. Saka is a cut above Bowen, even though Bowen has more goal contributions in the season we've just had. You can't really leave Saka out of the team. He's too big a player.
Mm.
But I just think it's really funny because I was about to big up our manager. We're currently losing. So I'll move on to the next question. Do you think England will ever actually win anything in your lifetime? World Cup, Nations League, Euro. Do you think they'll win any of them?
I don't think the Euros would happen. What was that one time? Was it 4 years? No, not 4 years ago. When England was playing against... Not France. Was it France?
We played France in the quarters once.
When
a few
Saka
years ago.
Missed the goal. Was it Saka?
Are you talking about the penalties?
Yeah.
I can't remember who that was against, but I'm pretty sure that was Euro 2018, was it?
No, it wasn't. What was it? Probably. So I think because they were so close, maybe that will actually happen once again.
Well, remember, we've been to a final a couple of times. One was when we had the penalties. We've just been in the final with Spain, which we lost 2-1, remember? So we're there or thereabouts. Obviously, we had... Was it the World Cup when Kane missed that penalty against France in the quarterfinals? I remember listening to that on the way home from where we used to work together.
Yeah.
And I was just shocked that he missed it. Yeah, in the Euros, runners up twice, 2020 and 2024.
Then 2020 I'm talking about.
And then in quarterfinals in 2012, but again that's ages ago, but not 2018, 2016 was the semis because I was in Spain during the round of 18. So we've been there and thereabouts for a few years now, and we're only getting closer and closer, and this is the biggest and best generation of England players that I have ever seen, but like as in genuine quality, not English, so they go into the team. Like, if we don't win something with the array of players, and they're only getting better, and it's still a young team, it would be shocking if they didn't win anything. But then again, we had obviously Lampard, Jarrod, Beckham, and they didn't win anything, and that was literally called the golden generation of players. So
maybe, as I said, maybe Europe, but I don't see anything else apart from that.
I think within the next 5 to 10 years, we'll probably win a couple. And obviously we're losing right now. But I think this manager is an actual winner and can bring us to win. He seems very strict. He doesn't care about the players that he picks, and he doesn't care who he upsets. He just cares that he's taking the team that he wants, and he believes in that team. I'm very confident that we'll get something, and hopefully I'm right.
Hopefully.
Now, do you want to tell people about my sudden realisation about tap water? That's all you, King.
No,
I'm having a break. I'll just talk about the football.
No, recently I sent you a picture, and just to quote exactly what it says, because why I actually.
Can you really hurry up? Because obviously I've drank a lot of tap water. I might die in 5 seconds. All right.
Because.
Oh no! I'm still alive. Great.
In my culture, we're not really drinking tap waters unless we boil the water and we drink it, or we use like water filtration and everything. So I sent to Charlie a picture of a Daily Mail, and it says woman dies from a brain-eating infection she contracted from a tap water. And I was sending this whilst I was in a bathroom, and all I get, it was just text, as in, what if I've got it? What if I'm already dying?
I really ramped it up initially so you could feel bad. Didn't even feel bad. Well, just is then.
So now
what kind of reply is that?
We're now on what, 3rd or 4th day that you're drinking
solid, still bottled water. And it's the way I'm going to live my life now. And also, I'm in two minds, as in like to carry it on, as in I'm just doing a bit, and then one day just like down a glass of normal water in front of you, or I'll be doing this joke for so long that it does actually become a role in my life.
I'll just get you the jug with a filter.
Yeah, but obviously now only in emergencies are in tap water. And also, like, if I'm ever in a restaurant and like, do you want water? I'll be like, yeah, I'll have a bottle of water, please. And then if they go, why? I'll be like, they're trying to kill me.
You'd be like Kenny from Better School from the last video. Be like, have you got water? No.
Oh, minus. I'll be like Nico when he gets his clipboard out. I'll be like, no, that's minus. This is how quick this podcast is. Do you know what bit we're on now?
What we have been watching?
What the fuck we watching? Cheat on Netflix. Let's do it.
It was a roller. Did we finish in one go? We did.
Yeah, we watched it in basically one night.
Did we finish in one go?
about a couple of nights.
Yeah, it started really, really nice. The Biggs and Becca, just to show you.
I got it.
Oh,
yeah, boy. Yeah.
Oh, finally. They seemed alright, but then when Biggs.
So should we run through? We should do the accusations first, and then the couples, do a bit on them, and then move on.
Go on.
So you got Biggs and Rebecca. Biggs is the one who's cheating. Sorry, the premise of the show is you're on an island, and obviously your ex is there. You live apart from your ex, and then eventually they bring everyone together. But you got something called the what's the room called? The domination room, or whatever it's called.
Domination.
I don't know what it's called.
Restriction room or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. We'll eventually remember and tell you. You get put into there, and then obviously, you initially meet up with your ex-partner, and then you kind of find out if you are grafting for the relationship or not. That's kind of the premise of the show, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's worth fighting for. And this Biggs has cheated on this Rebecca. This Rebecca towards the end of the season.
But she didn't know about it.
Didn't know about it.
She only found out on the actual TV show.
And she started to fancy another one of the people who was in there
Craig.
while she was in there. But we'll get onto that when we get onto Craig. So you had that couple.
They've also been
Tanya,
living
take
in
over before I hurt
different
someone.
rooms, as in the two different rooms. There used to be like a wall as well, so it was
Yeah.
exes away from exes.
So yeah, they used to live separately.
Yeah.
Then so you got, say, like X1 on one side and the other group of exes on the other side, and then they bring the wall down. You had a couple.
Oh, this guy, Sean and Tegan.
No, what? So let's do it in order. So
Who's in order?
yeah, Karen and Amberly.
You've missed Sean and Tegan.
No, 1, 2, then 3. They're 3.
1, 2, 3.
No, it's just different, isn't it? Did you screenshot it?
Yeah, I did. my phone is about to
You
die.
can send me them screenshots. Help my editing out. Kieran and Amberly. Amberly was a little bit cray in a bad way. She used to, was it live with her ex or see her ex? No, still have her ex on social.
No,
something like that.
She knew that her ex-partner cheated on her, but the ex-partner knew that she went to ex's house.
Yeah,
which was normal for her.
That's it.
But then, yeah, at the end, obviously, they've realised that it's.
And they actually come quite far because they worked on their relationship quite a bit.
Yeah, they got to the finals.
This guy used to just say some dumb cunt stuff, but seemed quite genuine and upfront once that cloud of bullshit had gone.
I still didn't believe that they were in a final. I didn't really like them.
But again, he obviously claimed he was in. It took him a long time to admit his cheating too, because he said he was out, and then he was in the room with with 2 girls,
2 or 3
and
girls,
nothing
like
happened, no kissing, no nothing. And then eventually, like 2 episodes later, he said that he had cheated. He wasn't clear whether it was them on that night.
Because she asked him if something happened, and he was like, they were asking for a number or something, and he didn't give. And then she was like, so did you live with them? And he was like, nah, but we ended up in a hotel in one room.
It's like everything he was saying just got progressively worse. I was just like, I almost wanted to say, stop fucking talking. I'll let you have this one. Sean and Tegan. That was a really long tut, by the way, just to be clear.
I mean, the guy was okay-ish.
She doesn't deserve him.
Okay-ish.
He's just an idiot, but he admitted he was an idiot from open, and he tried to find some form of resolution. She never wanted it. She was never interested in finding a way. Or some people just love to live miserable and unhappy, and she's fucking one of them, right? And 2 people like that, I say, you're gonna die alone. And I know it's a horrible thing to say, but it is a true reality. If you don't let people in, if you can't just let go, if you can't just move on and find some nice way out of everything.
Keep drinking tap water.
Sorry, did I go off a bit? Then, alright, maybe not die alone, that's a bit morbid, but like, you don't deserve a lot in life.
No, but like...
Say that nicely.
The only reason why I did not understand this couple, as in, you've been invited to the TV show to meet your ex.
Like, you know what you're signing up for.
Yeah, you know what you're signing up for. To make a closure, not even just to split or anything, or to say, you know what, you're a dickhead and you're the bitch and everything. Just to make a the closure and everything, just to move on. And the guy really wanted to try and fix everything. Yes, he was a cheater, but the approach towards her, and I always used to say, like, I would never accept the cheater and everything, but the way he was approaching her, as in, but you're here, can we at least talk? Can we at least be friends or something like that? Even if you're not happy with that, just say nicely, as in, you know what, we are both grown-up adults. I've got my life, you've got your life. Nothing's going to happen. We can't be friends or anything. Whatever we had in between, it was brilliant or not brilliant, but we move on and we end. But she was treating him like a piece of shit in front of everyone. As in, she got her little fame feeling. As in, like, I'm on the TV, I'm going to show what I am, so people don't come up to me and think I'm a whore to use, but she actually done opposite.
Some people build up this, like, I call it, like, your bad bitchness. Like, you build up this shield, right? But that, even if you build a shield, it doesn't mean that if somebody's genuinely, and it's so obvious to everyone else that they're trying, you can't then sit there and go, well, I don't believe you. Well, bitch, also 12 people on the fucking table can say, and will say, come the end of this, he means it, and they can see that. You just look like an idiot at that point.
And they do.
And then we had Connor and, is it Lucia?
Lucia,
yeah.
Oh, this guy.
The guy was a bit weird. He gave me quite a controlling vibe.
Narcissist.
Not narcissistic tendencies, and yeah, I'll let you take this one.
She was really nice. A girl.
We're still convinced we recognise her from somewhere.
I still think like that. I still think I've seen her somewhere as well, and I'm keep on trying to find her, but I can't fucking find her anywhere, or at least someone that I think it is. Because, kid, you know, she probably have a twin. No, she the thing that actually was mental, because from the first seconds of the TV show, she was the first one to cry her eyes out. Already before seeing her ex, before talking to him and knowing why they're there to and what they're talking about. But when that guy started talking, saying, you know what, I want to be with you, I want to do whatever you want, and I'm a cheater, but I'm going to build this castle for you, I'm going to do this illusional rainbow above your head and everything. And when it came to the point when they had to write like deal rule or whatever it was to each other, so basically accept the what's it called, accept the, like,
these are, this is what you can and can't do, these are my ultimatums, these are no compromises, these are what it has to be every day. So she was meant to go first, and she was really happy. She literally wrote the whole list, and she was really proud to be in the finals with that guy. And the guy interrupted her, Corner, whatever his name is, and he was like, can I go first? And she was like, oh, maybe there is going to be something like very exciting. Maybe he's going to offer me to be a girlfriend. Let me go first, out of respect.
Out of respect.
So you're like, he's either saying something really good here, or he's doubling down and he's about to mug her off, and let me tell you, it weren't option one.
And the guy went saying, you know what, there is no future, there is nothing like that, we go different ways, and we just can't be anything. And that poor girl, when she took that breath, and she was just like, oh my god, I actually wasted my whole life. He
literally just strung her along, probably because he doesn't want anyone else to have sex with her.
Yeah.
And, like, he had multiple opportunities to, if he knew he wasn't at least going along with it, to either, like, back out the show, or say it in the danger room. Is it the danger room? I feel like it's the danger room.
No, it wasn't the danger room.
He just had, basically, he just had so many opportunities, and he never coughed up once. And, yeah.
And yeah, at the beginning,
small man syndrome.
At the beginning as well, he asked her, "Oh, did you hook up with anyone? Are you like playing around with anyone already?" And she was like, "What the
first
fuck?
question?
Like, I'm here to be with you." But yeah, I had something else to say about him, but I just
you might remember it as we go through. You got Steph and Andre. Obviously, I know you was a big fan of Steph.
Oh, I love them.
Andre was the one. They come to the show. She was never 100% sure. He admitted basically on the first day, I did. I was having like casual sex with another girl.
3 times.
3 times, yeah. She's like, no, to start with, and then eventually they break the relationship down, and like she finally, obviously doesn't like forgives him enough, but obviously he isn't going to forget. And that they made a really good couple in the end.
They did, and they moved in as soon as they came out from the TV show.
Yeah.
So that was really a big progression.
And he was honest and upfront, like the first time. Like obviously he had that quite calm like mannerisms about him. He always seemed genuine. Obviously, like when he was eventually got over the stumble blocks and like the hurdles of trying to get out what he wanted to say.
Yeah.
But again, that's just his emotion coming out, and he's trying to tell her, but not hurt her. But he knows ultimately what he's telling her is going to hurt her. And fair play to her, she stuck at him and obviously saw something in him that no one else did, and took him back. And they ended up being one of the most solid couples in there.
Apparently,
if
they're
not
still together.
Wouldn't surprise me. Liam and Olivia.
Oh, the longest couple.
Yeah, so they're an actual couple.
Decades.
I think there was like 10 years, right?
They were coming to 11 years.
Yeah.
So he cheated on her.
But he never admitted it. He's one last thing. He always said, like, she keeps asking me questions all the time and doubting me when I haven't even done anything. And even like 3 or 4 episodes in deep, he's still trying to sit in that ship as his last like fucking his last duck, like his last thing that he can hold on to is the fact that he hadn't cheated on her. Then it come out that he had, and he obviously had, like, so
no, why but
you can tell.
But why it started is because so many years, like on 3 years of a relationship, he cheated first time and she found out and he admitted it.
Yeah.
And then it happened 3 years. It
happened again, but that was the one he kept.
Yeah, 2-3 years before the decade of their relationship, and she had a proof with the screenshots because her best friend's friend, whatever, slept or done something with him. And the only reason apparently why he did not admit it, because he knew that apparently she will ask over and over again, as in, because she couldn't let the first situation, so he thought that he will never let the second situation. She will never let the second situation as well.
No excuse, really.
Obviously,
but the only thing he had coming into that show was to make her look like a complete maniac, which is by him saying, "Yeah, you know about that one that I've done in the past, but I ain't done any since, and you can't now trust me because I've done it in the past," which shouldn't even run anyway. Just to be clear, but he almost tortures her with that, with her own knowledge that she knows for sure, but he's just not man enough to admit to.
And the only reason why he admitted it is because he turned around saying, "Oh, if you do have a proof, I will admit it."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So he literally put his foot in it.
Yeah.
And then to be fair, obviously once he did have all the cards on the table and she kind of got over that initial shock, they kind of worked on it. He's still quite rude when he talks to her family and friends and that. So I don't know how that's going now. But out of any couple in there, like when they're in their couple time, which I called it, like you could really tell, like you could literally see they've been together for 10 years, like just how they are.
Yeah, but I still think she's holding her, you know.
But if he's talking to her friends like that and being the way he is, and not only doing it once now but twice, you know, there's not a lot you can build a relationship on that. And then I don't know, it doesn't sit well with me, like making someone feel that way and then making you out to be the idiot.
But she sacrificed her family and friends for
Yeah.
him as well. So that's what the therapists say. The Paul, whatever his name is, that you don't have anyone to support you anymore.
No, facts. Yeah.
You've got someone who's making you delusional every single time, and no one else. It's just you in the mirror.
And then you have Dan and Rebecca, who's like constantly on the table, fucking throwing jabs at any second. And
again,
didn't he give up on her? Right.
He did, because she was very manipulative. Yes, he cheated, but again, she had very high standards.
Yeah.
That's what you said. You were like, oh, well,
yeah, you could tell she's like a high mate, like when she was talking about tea, and obviously couples have their little things, right, that like, are just like, but they're not like you put it on the line for a relationship for a cup of tea, like. But obviously, he was so rude at times that they're as bad as each other, but for two completely different reasons. Yeah. Like, you can tell she's just really high maintenance and up here, but also, like, when they come back to the show, his first thing was, "Are you seeing anyone?" And that when it emerged that she had fan love at the show and picked up a previous relationship again to actually test it this time rather than being dragged down by this guy, you could tell in his face he was just like, oh, well, I fucked up here.
Yeah, but then he also admitted that he's also been on a date and seen someone.
Yeah, but you can tell this guy is the same guy who's with probably the 6 other dwarfs, like, every night just trying to get a bit of something. And, theirs was one of the most complex ones, definitely, because it's such two very different people that we didn't like for two completely different reasons. Save the best till last. Craig and Jazz. Now Craig's this one that we mentioned at the top with, what's her name? Rebecca, yeah. They ended up actually liking each other, even though they should be focusing on their ex-relationships. And
Rebecca was just focused on Craig, not Biggs, who was actually apologising to her. And
Craig kind of gave her the runaround too, like...
He was flirting.
Being as flirty as he can, but still trying to get away with it whilst claiming that this Jazz is the only one for her. And obviously he had history of doing this.
Yeah, because he met Jazz when they were on a petrol station or something, and her tire just broke down or something, and they kind of like got along, they exchanged the numbers, they start dating, but then Jazz found out that he actually has a family on the side with the kids, so he was living a double life.
Whole world, yeah.
Which is outside the world, but he actually done the same exact thing, but on a TV show with all the cameras around.
I know, yeah.
With all the people around.
All the winks, all the looks, everything. All the flirting, all the compliments, all the everything. But he's just one of... Go on, sorry.
No, you can.
He's just one of them fucking pieces of shit that's just like... He loves the attention. He likes the fact... He likes the jeopardy. He likes the playing away. He likes the attention. And he probably does just crave drama. And ultimately, especially when it comes to like the reunion when they all got back together, he deserved every little thing at the table. And both Jazz and this Rebecca realised like we've both been mugged off by the same guy who is just a piece of shit. Don't get me wrong, all three of them had their moments. Like Jazz would kick off with other people just for no reason, like love, focus on your own thing. Craig trying to play 3 or 4 people at this time, it felt like, and then Rebecca should again be focusing on her own relationship, but she's too busy looking everywhere else, and it's just like, this ain't the dating show you're supposed to be on.
But if you think about it as well, about the Rebecca, she didn't come back to Biggs because he cheated, but he was apologetic and he was very decent in his apologising.
You could tell she always wanted to get on that.
Yeah, but she was trying to start a new relationship with another cheater, as in, like, where is your logic? You're not accepting a cheater, but you're coming back to a cheater, you know?
Easily the most explosive one out of all that dynamic between the three was towards the end, certainly what carried the show. But in general, what did you think of it?
I really loved that show, to be fair. Really did.
Would you recommend it to people?
Oh yeah, 100%. It will boil your
Brain.
brain.
Netflix, you can definitely do it in 2 days. A very interesting concept, obviously, because you have to eventually live with them. That's what makes it so hard. There's no getting away from the situation, especially when it comes to the end. And obviously, because you are in a room and, well, literally on one side, everyone's a cheater like you, everyone's a piece of shit, and you're stuck in this room, you have no choice but to talk to them. Very, very interesting and very different from certainly like the reality shows that are out right now.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice to see and learn, you know, how
their mind
works, you know, and because there is
psychology at some point.
Yeah, as in like you do have a cheater who's sorry for something and he's trying his best. There is
you can empathise with them at times.
Yeah, you've got a cheater who doesn't give a shit and will actually put you even more down for saying, you know what, that's actually your fault and everything. And there is a cheater who will come back to a cheater or just
make it twice as worse.
Yeah, twice as worse.
Yeah. No, it was definitely worth the watch, and my chick flicks are going crazy right now.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Then we've been watching MasterChef US Ramsay.
Oh.
I didn't even know it was a thing. So yeah, we've started from season 1. So we're fucking shotgunning that right now.
I still cannot believe that you didn't know Ramsay. Not even in one season.
I knew he'd done a MasterChef thing, but I never knew he was consistently in it. I'm probably more of a Ramsay fan than you are. Like, I've been watching him since I was little. He's one of my mum's favourite chefs. Him just as a character, he's more of a comedian than a chef, if you ask me. But yeah, when I found that and like literally going on my box, legal streaming guys, going through my box and I'm seeing like season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4, season 5, season 6. I'm like, oh my days. So a lot of what the F you're watching now is just going to be like, oh, so shall we have a Ramsay update? Yeah,
because we normally watch Kitchen's Nightmare, Hell's Kitchen and everything because it includes Ramsay, but we're constantly rewatching what...
Our daughter is just going to have Among Us, Kitchen Nightmares,
and Beta Squad,
Beta Squad and in Practical Jokers, and now this just on like constantly. Should we talk about the season that we're watching now? Just
season 2.
Quickly run through it. We haven't got to talk about like a couple of people, like our main cocky guy. Take it away.
A curly nerd, you know. That's
curly nerd.
No, he's just one of the people who has so much ego.
It's not even like self-confidence or anything like that. It's just pure narcissism, fucking in your face, like I'm the best. But obviously to him that's all self-confidence or whatever, and I get it, you're in it to win it kind of thing. But this guy just
which
fucking
is fine. But you come into a competition show where you've got one of the best chefs in front of you telling you to try someone else's dish.
3 of the best people in food.
Yeah.
You know?
He tells you to try someone else's dish because the chef thinks it's one of the best ones of the whole episode. And you've got gut to come in the middle of the... What's it called?
Podium,
yeah. Trying the food and say, oh, you know what, I've tasted better.
No, but he's yeah, like you say, he's rude to the judges, he's rude to his fellow contestants.
So what you doing in a MasterChef, you know?
He almost like blurs the lines between what's allowed, but not in a sense that he's even that particularly rebellious. He's so like, everyone needs to try what I've made and I don't give a shit about everything else. Like, bro, this ain't a reality. Well, it is a reality TV show, but this is supposed to be about food and your cooking, not like you and your character and how you're the best at everything. Like,
and when he haven't been called out and he went back to his station and started eating his own food.
Yeah, I know. But it's good because they call him out every fucking time, and There's only one way that he's gonna, and don't get me wrong, he'll probably make a really fucking good head chef one day, but he needs to walk off all this arrogance, because things like that and stuff like that, it just drags you down. It actually makes you, like Ramsay said to him once, it makes you a worse chef.
Yeah.
Because you can't take on criticism, and you always think you're right. You're never gonna grow.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
Yeah, but he is fucking entertaining. So
It is.
There's another side to that. Clarkson's Farm finished it off. Tanya,
Oh,
tell the people.
beautiful. Every single time when it comes out, I'm just so excited. And how pissed I was when we watched 2 episodes, but I looked at the screen and I saw another 2 episodes, but I didn't read enough.
You got scammed.
That says it will come next week.
Scammed, yeah. When you was you've got to pay for him, and I was just like, oh, here we go. But he didn't. It was just like a fun now coming out soon.
No, it was really nice. It's nice to see that the farm is finally getting back together.
Yeah.
He finally gets the...
Got his pub sorted, didn't he?
Yeah, everything is just coming back. But when the pub opened...
His farm yield wasn't the best this year, but it was just like, I remember, like, come to the conclusion of the show, what I am doing this for, it's like, obviously, the memories and the fact that I enjoy it. Obviously, I'm pretty sure he's got a few quid in the bank, so he should be able to sustain this for a little while. And obviously, it's what he wants to do now. Obviously, every year is going to be different. But there was that guy who gave him that advice, where he was just like, I can't remember quite what he said, but he's basically saying, like, you're working on the potential of a good growth. It doesn't mean you're going to have a good growth.
Yeah.
And come the end of the show, that's what you realise. When I'm being negative, and it's not even a downside, it's just me being picky, us being picky for picky's sake. It felt like it ended a bit briefly, very fast. Like you said, maybe it needed like 10 to 12 episodes just to flesh everything out, because it did kind of go from, I mean, it felt like Pig's pub end, and I was just like, oh fuck, like, and you're enjoying it so much, like that tent thing. Like, I thought they'd do a whole thing like around the Grand Tour. I'm not talking about just the characters, just like, I was like, oh right, yeah, we're gonna see him get the tent out, then maybe he tries to put the tent up, and then you see everything going in, but not as like a montage, just like an actual like filmed bit.
And how exciting it was to see Richard Hammond as well.
Yeah.
Well.
So
even for a few minutes.
But that's being picky for picky's sake. Like, it's as good as it always is. It's nice to see him. It
is really nice. And Harriet was brilliant as well as a new character in Clackson Farms.
Harriet, yeah. Got a house.
A what?
Her house.
Oh yeah, she did put it on social media that apparently Jeremy Clarkson helped her to get her dream house, and it wasn't like somewhere in the countryside, but it was just like a normal decent house, nothing special, but it was special for her.
Definitely.
And the best part with her was probably still the betting part, when she was betting for the cows.
Are you betting on horses?
Just not
God. It's my money. I watched Daredevil Born Again season.
Yeah, you did.
I've done that in about a day. When Steve left me, it was just like, yeah, you got all these plans to do this music, and that he said it ain't gonna happen. And I was like, why? It was just like, you're gonna start watching this, and you're just gonna put your phone down, and you won't be writing it anymore. You won't be recording. And I was just like, yeah, sure, on your way, sir. After an episode, I was just like this. It even got so bad, I had the boxing on the same night. I watched the fight, put it straight back on to finish, and I literally shotgunned it in one night. Marvel's back, and it had the same feel that it did in a Netflix show, but obviously bringing it into the MCU world, and the show's all the better for it. Just as brutal as it always is, you wouldn't like it. It's just... I
like the 2 first episodes.
It's too much. It's a slow burner to start with. Like, it really takes a while to... Oh no!
You've done it. Don't you stop playing with
That's what happens
mic.
when you play with things. Anyway, Marvel movies about, even though it's not a movie. My only problem with it is, and it's kind of the same as a Clarkson thing. Maybe I'm just turning into too much of a Gen Z. I wanted more. Like, obviously they've filmed the 2 seasons back to back, and then they've split it in half, so you come back for more, which is great for them, but it's not doing my need for the action and the conclusion of the story. But will I be there? Ultimately, yes. So do they still continue to win? Oh, fucking course they do. Charlie Cox is amazing as always. John Berthel is back. So good. Worth watching it. You saw glimpses. What did you think?
Didn't really pay attention.
Tell the people.
No, I'm being honest. I didn't really
Tell
pay
the
attention.
people.
I can't tell people about something that I didn't pay attention. I saw a guy with black, what's it called? Glasses. That's it. For a glimpse. Yeah, that's it. I didn't really watch what was happening. I was busy with my own thing. I said, that's you, King. That's you. You're watching it.
So what were you doing?
I was on my phone.
I convinced you were watching it.
No, I didn't even watch.
Well, that shows you how much of my world I
Yeah.
really didn't.
Plus, I was going to work on the next day, and I was going to sleep, and you put that very loudly still just to finish it.
There's this part, he squeezes his fucking head, I had to run it back. Kim Ping,
Oh yeah, just to see how graphic it was.
I was like, oh my, and you can literally see it. Like it looks like in The Walking Dead when they break their jaws, the zombies' jaws. Oh my, way too graphic for YouTube. So I'm gonna have to work that out in some ways when I do the short. Yeah, they're back, as best as ever, and I couldn't genuinely couldn't be happier. And I need to find out when that season 2 comes out because.
Did you say when it was coming out?
I can't remember, but I assume next year because it's only just come out.
Oh, thank God I didn't watch it because you know how much I hate something that is not finished.
Yeah, no, that was the only down part. But again, I can't hate on that because that's what you're gonna do. Like. Yeah,
because you're enjoying something to watch and you just want to continue.
It's the same as what they've done with Squid Game. They just.
Oh yeah, it's coming out soon.
Shut it, like cut it straight down the middle, and then you've got about a year to 2 years of TV. But it's not fair. It's not right. But it's brilliant. Sinners.
Oh, that was a good movie.
That was good, wasn't it?
It was a really good one. It was a bit freaky for me because I thought the guy was a zombie.
Yeah,
when he knocked on the door and he had like all the skin like coming off and everything. That's what kind of looks like a disease, but it was actually from the sun or the holy water. Can't remember.
Not really specified, really.
Yeah,
it's more like a alien being that possesses one human, then the human goes around and gets everyone else, and obviously if you let them in then you get fucked up, right?
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about his skin, like why at that moment when he was knocking on the door to the couple's house.
Oh, it's all burnt and that.
Yeah,
but remember in the end of the spoilers, in the end of the movie, obviously when he starts to get all fiery, that's the demon inside, right?
Yes, which they were getting the burns
so maybe
from
he's
the
shot down
sun.
from space or something. I don't know.
From the sun, but then they also got the same burns from the holy water. But no, it was a brilliant storyline.
It was so good.
It was so good.
So good.
It was getting a bit too long.
It started so slow though.
Very slow because we had 30 minutes left of the movie, and that's only when it was just like, oh fucking hell! Now we're finding like something's happening.
Starting now, yeah.
Was quite sad about the twin guy dying.
Yeah, so obviously Michael B. Jordan plays a dual role. Plays it brilliantly. Plays it quite similar to the way. Well, I assume I wasn't there. Similar to the way Tom Hardy did in the Legend film. You obviously get your stage double actor, and then they do the lines, and when you've got your close-ups, maybe you've got the earpiece in so you can hear what's really from the other side, but you could tell in the cuts were so seamless. Like it was like there was two Michael B. Jordans, which is amazing. I haven't seen him in a lot of things, so I'm gonna go back now and start slowly watching him in everything because that film alone has made me a fan. The only other thing I've seen him in is Creed 1, which he was really good in. And Creed 2, it weren't for me. Who else was in it? You had Jack O'Connell, who was the guy you're talking about, the head demon guy. They're vampires, right?
Yeah.
And then do you want to tell him your witch wisdom that you let me into?
Because it was a part when...
Because I'm a witch.
No, I'm not.
Alright, Hermione, calm down.
When one of the guys came outside... No, sorry, the girl came outside, you know, the mixed race one.
Which one?
The mixed race one.
Yeah.
That you called like a family, whatever it was. She was an ex of one of the twins.
Yeah.
So she went outside to speak to the vampire and everything. And then when she was coming back...
Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when she was coming back, the security guard who was standing at the door, she was like, oh, just let me in, like, invite me, blah, blah, blah. And when he said that, I was like, why would you even ask for an invitation
odd,
when you're already, like, been invited, you know?
See,
and then,
you should get a career as a doorman.
And then I turned around to you and I was like...
It's the way I mugged you off, though. That's just killing me.
I was like, they're not allowed to come in. And you were like, why? And I was like, because it's probably like a vampire thing, because vampires are not allowed to get inside without an invitation. You're like, nah.
You're not doing it justice. I was just like, no, what are you talking about? No.
And then the second guy...
She was right.
The second guy that got bitten, and he was trying to come back, and the witchcrafty big booby Annie, she was standing there and she was asking questions, and she was just saying like, oh, if you want to come in, just come in, because she had the intuition, as you say, the mother intuition. Yeah, and
definitely will never slag that off now.
Yeah, and the guy was like,
apart from at some point in this podcast.
I was very good to your family and everything. We've been friends. I've left this for you, I've done this for you, and now you can't even invite me. And I was like, that's it, I'm telling you, they're not allowed to come in because...
Do you know what it was like? It was like you got triggered, but with knowledge. That's what it was. But
and then when they were...
I doubted you.
When they were getting ready for a fight, you were like, oh, what are they going to get? I was like, listen, it's going to be wood, it's going to be silver bullet, it's going to be holy water, and it's going to be a cross.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it's going to be. Oh, maybe a salt as well, and the garlic. Yeah. And... yeah, with the garlic part as well, when they were all in a circle and swallowing the garlic.
They're trying to work out.
They're trying to work out. Yeah. But the old guy...
his name was...
no, that one. Buddy. When he took a garlic and he swallowed it, and then he started making them noises, and I was like, oh, fucking hell, he's going to turn around, he's going to kill everyone. But then in reality, he just took a big bite and everything.
Well, he was the drunk, right? So, yeah. I mean, we had two goes at it. Obviously, we watched two different legal streams of it. The first one didn't go well. But I also think, in a way, that first 25 minutes that we tried to watch, we kind of got over, because then when we got into it, it's like you could take that 25 minutes out and just be straight into it. Obviously, great music in it, great visuals
and
at
how cool
times.
It was to see that cousin, the guitar guy,
yeah,
growing up and still being a singer and musician, you know, and he still had that scar on his face as well from a devil, but it's just a reminder that you can play the music, but I'm going to enjoy what I'm enjoying, and if I want to stop the devil, I'm going to stop the... Fuck!
That's it. You should stop talking about the devil. So, Tanya's just had something drop in her head and she's absolutely freaked out. Thanks, Tanya. More work. I've now got to describe what just happened, but via image.
Yeah, you can insert a teddy bear. Bloody
Tanya,
hell.
you've just been attacked by your home country. How do you feel? Oh, speaking of that, how's England getting on?
Oh, violated. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. My mouth got dry as well.
Oh, we lost 3-1. Brilliant. Who scored for England? Let's have someone to save this. Harry Kane, come on. Doctor Who.
Oh, what a piece of shit. And a waste of 2 hours and a half.
You're talking about my childhood here.
I don't care.
Don't ruin my childhood.
No, I don't care.
I thought it was amazing.
You thought it was amazing? Yeah, sure. I'm going to tell Mum. I'm literally about to text her and I'll be like, you know what Charlie just said? He fucking loved it.
So save it for the podcast. You know what the cunt said? He said it was good. Go on. Take it away.
Like, as I told you, I was not really a fan of Doctor Who anyway. I didn't even really know who Doctor Who was until I met you and your family started to watch it in front of me.
Childhood, baby.
And I didn't like the parts with the aliens, the robotic and everything, but I did like the parts when it included more natural and like history and everything. That part I really loved. But the last two episodes that we watched, even if I'm not a fan of Doctor Who and I have no fucking idea what are the names of every single crystallization, buffiness, confetti, sparkles and everything called, that was the shittest thing I've ever seen in my life, brought together in one piece, as in I had an idea to do this, I had an idea to do that, but I'm not going to follow the storyline. I'm just going to combine it because I felt like I want to say, well, wanted to say, but then tomorrow I thought I'm going to write this and I'm going to say this, but I'm still going to include this because I don't see if this phrase is better or this phrase is better. I'm just going to use two.
Yeah, so it was the reality war. Obviously, he was up against the Rani, featured in a very, very, very old episode. The enemy obviously biogenerates, which he also did. Got David Tennant in another universe, kind of technically. He also said he's got the only TARDIS in the world, but obviously there is another TARDIS, still with a retired David Tennant around the table with Catherine Tate, aka Donna Noble. Tanya's right in what she's saying. It's about 4 to 7 different stories mixed up in a cocktail, an amalgamation of absolute shit. You can even feel and kind of hear lines of previous finale episodes. Hey, Doctor Who, so simple. Monster, run, then we'll come up with a plan, and then we'll whisk off and do it all again in another universe, in another time. It's not hard. Disney have single-handedly ruined Doctor Who. And do you know what? It's embarrassing to even say that you're a fan. Now, spoilers only. I don't even feel bad. The BBC come out literally an hour after it come out. So it's all over Twitter. He regenerates. They clearly don't know what the fuck they're doing with the regeneration, so they just introducing Billie Piper. Obviously, Billie Piper was there for the revival in the show in 2005. Was Rose. Massive part of bringing the show back. Doesn't finish the doesn't finish the regeneration, so, and isn't even credited as the Doctor in the credits. So who knows, buddy? Who knows where it's been left off and what they're gonna do with it. Also, you can tell the very last 20 minutes. So basically, once he does defeat the Rani with a massive gun. Good for you, fella, right? No good. The story actually stops there. He survives that battle and he carries on to season 3. Oh, no, wait. Because there's reshoots, like everything in Disney. Like my favourite world, the MCU, goes and ruins it. Obviously, really in need of casting right now. So he's not going to shoot himself in the foot and miss out on massive opportunities. He's gone, no, Disney, I'm not waiting for you to sort your shit out. I'm actually going to make a career of myself and leave you in the fucking lurch. Hey, Rose Tyler as a Doctor, I've got problems and issues with that. But most importantly, can we just get a group of good writers, or give it to me and some really avid Doctor Who fans, and we'll work your show out for you, because you fucking ruined it. What do you reckon? Did I get it right?
You did.
And worse than that, it is my childhood that you've ruined. To say you're a Doctor Who fan right now, you're going to look like an absolute fucking idiot. So thanks, Disney, for putting us in that. Right. What's next? Do you think people should take matters into their own hands when they've been wronged? Or is it better to trust that karma would take care of it for you? It's a question asking if you believe in revenge or karma, or both.
If I really did take things into my hands to give a revenge to people, there'll probably no people be around me. So I just leave it to, as it says, in God's hands, in karma, because the more I wait, the more I see whatever I felt the people are feeling the same at some point, even if it takes years. So I do believe more in karma than taking your hands. Obviously, if situation says like, you know what, if I need to run a business and no one is stepping up to, I don't know, to create a new business plan, you know, or there's no one to talk through the presentation, and if you feel like you're confident enough, yes, you do take the matter in your hands and you do step up to do things. But talking about revenge and things, I always say just leave it, because karma will get it, and it does. It really does.
Yeah, what goes around comes around, right?
Yeah.
So is karma just the universe balancing the scales, or is it hoping for karma, but just in like, is like a polite form of revenge?
It's more of your mind speaks louder than your words.
Yeah.
So whatever you think about, even if you don't say it, it will happen, because it keeps on staying on your mind, and the more you think about it, the more you evaluate it in your head, and you're like, you know what, I thought of that person, you know, tripping tomorrow, but it didn't, or he didn't, she didn't. I'm gonna keep on thinking about it until I see that person, and at some point, without realization, you might even trip that person, and that's going to be a karma, but it happened because you kept on thinking about it.
So do you believe in karma keeping us from acting out in anger, or just to give us a socially acceptable way of wishing harm on them? So is it the universe balancing itself, or like you said, do you think it eventually that anger or that revenge you want to unleash will eventually just unravel itself? So they'll get tripped up eventually, like you've just said.
Well, if logically thinking, that's both, because whatever you feel,
I think it's both, but yeah.
If whatever you feel, like the anger, the happiness, or whatsoever, is still expressed into the world, into the universe, because it's just in the air. So when it gets sent to the universe balance it to whatever the people are feeling at the same time. That's how I think.
I think, because I'm writing a song at the moment called Revenge, and it pinpoints every single point that you go through, like say it's like a breakup or you lose someone or whatever. It goes, each verse or each part of the song goes through another, like each emotion that you go through.
Yeah.
And whilst writing it, and just in general, like you seem to calm down about a lot of things quicker than you realise. So I think if you can block out actually doing any revenge, eventually they'll get their comeuppance in the form of karma, but that can be without wishing it or with wishing it.
Yeah.
So I think it's like saying, like, you can kill someone with kindness, right? People seeing you happy will kill them.
Yeah.
But obviously you was always going to be happy. You're just happy now that you're out of that relationship. You started that snowball, then that snowball's turned into the base of a snowman. Not our snowman. Picture of our snowman. But like, you start to build this thing, and this thing snowballs, and eventually the person will see you happy, and that is karma in play. That
will be killing them, because.
But it's just, it's not doing the damage, not even to them, but to yourself. If you can avoid doing, I think, if you can avoid it, all that eventually passes. You'll just wake up one day, oh, fucking hell, like, even if you can't be asked to think about it anymore, even if it gets to that point, that's enough. That's a start. Yeah, and that's what I think.
Nice.
What was your question?
What is something about yourself that you've grown to love and appreciate?
My legs.
Which one?
My third leg. That I just drank. As in physically, or
where we think it is, right? It could be an emotion, it could be a personality, it could be anything.
But I would say, like, appearance-wise, like, I used to be very conscious about people seeing, like, my cuts and my deformities and my arm and my legs. Like, seriously. So that's physical. I've learned to love a lot of what's wrong. That I think is wrong. No, I'm saying there's actually something wrong. But I see it, like, I don't like what I see. Wish I was a bit more normal in that sense. But also, it could be 10 times worse. It could be way worse. So I've got to appreciate this body that I've got.
Fair enough.
And, like, mentally, or something else wise, would be... I never used to like how, like, afraid I was of things.
Yeah.
But now I think it's a good thing, because it stops me from doing things. I used to be so like, yeah, man, let's just do it. And because I've got such a value for life now, and I try and protect it and mollycoddle it like a motherfucker, it makes me feel like I'm more cautious when I do things. And obviously, like everyone, I have my moments when I don't think. I'm certainly not the finished article, but I'm very more strategic. And that's like every single one of my plans.
That's a good answer.
What about you?
Me?
Your own question back.
Probably the confidence that I've built over the
You're welcome.
few years now.
You're welcome.
If before, even like work-wise or anything, or just like somewhere outside, if someone would say something to me, I would turn around, not say anything, or literally get into physical, as in with my anger issue.
Calm down.
Previously would be worse, and I'll react very aggressively. Now I've got my mouth to talk powerful words and phrases back.
Quick with it now.
Especially now.
Especially
now.
You know that, like, timid video, shy video anymore? From your Snapchat.
Oh, yeah.
Now you fucking give it. Is this because of what we were talking about earlier? Hey, work isn't supposed to bleed into personal life.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be so.
It's just your character and standing up for yourself,
and
yeah,
that'll be the number
through
one.
the roof now, definitely.
Through the roof.
But I always told you that you'd get there.
Oh well, and I think it's really nice and better because, as you said, even if sometimes because I don't agree with the sexism with the girl needs to be more soft and shy and the man has to be the man in the life
same,
and everything.
Same.
So because you've mentioned that as well just now, that you still are afraid of certain things. So to me, it's like, well, shut up and just walk forward. You know?
Yeah.
As in, like, if I can do that, you can do that too.
Yeah. See, I can. But I'm also two people.
Yeah.
So, like, my outer shell is still that guy that people have always known. But inside, I'm way more cautious, but also try not to put myself in them scenarios. Because I used to be similar to X-Jack from work, like running people out of stores, blah, 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 you know, not really thinking about what I'm doing. But then obviously when I have whatever, it's made me change.
Yeah, and I think I'm more appreciative to, like, I'm loving this because before, if people were like, oh, where are you getting this attitude from? Or like, why are you acting up like this? Why are you responding this way? Blah, blah, blah. It's not even my mentality. It's not even how I raised myself to that position. It's how I grew up. It's my cultural thing. It's my...
And it's just grown as you've got older.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm just like responding on doing something how my parents would do or how my grandparents used to do as well. It's just that I'm appreciating that situation more and that mentality because I will say something what you guys won't say, you know, sometimes.
Oh, definitely.
And yeah, it's that's why I'm more appreciative.
You give the people a baby update.
But we will be ready for another question.
Oh, you got another question?
I've got 4 questions.
Oh, I didn't realise. Sorry. My bad.
Because we are watching MasterChef,
Yeah.
if you could describe yourself as a dish,
As a dish.
what dish would you be?
Probably, right now, with these fucking 3 spots that have appeared on my face, probably a pizza.
What, pepperonis?
Yeah, fucking big ones too. What, is in someone's got to make me?
No, you know when people are like, oh, if you were a flower, what flower would you be?
Right, okay. So you're just saying MasterChef to link it to
Yeah.
what we spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that podcast brain. Do you know what? I honestly would say chicken burger and chips or wings and chips or something. I don't think you can actually get more me than that. What do you reckon? You can't say it's not true.
I mean, no, I'm not saying it's not true.
Like me as a dish, that is me as a dish. Some chicken and some chips.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know it's a bit boring, but to answer your question, I think
it's not boring. It's just how you see yourself.
That accurately answers my question. What do you see yourself as then?
Lasagna.
Well, obviously it would have cheese in it, wouldn't it?
It will have a lot of cheese, and I've got layers, different layers.
All beautiful layers.
Yeah.
What's your third question?
My third question: what does a safe place look like to you?
Home. When you say safe place,
what does a safe place look like to you?
Home, probably my mum's, maybe.
Okay.
Definitely here.
Mhm.
Around people, but pending the situation.
Okay.
If I need to get my mind off something, I need to go away. If I need to talk about something, I need to be at home, I'd say. What about you?
For me, when I'm thinking about the safe place, I know it has to be a place, as when you think about it as an object. But when I think about something safe, I think about you.
Oh, I should have said you. I feel like a piece of shit now. I thought you meant like literally.
No, it could be anything. It could be a place, it could be a person. So to me,
I don't. Yeah, but I would say like here is with you.
Yeah,
like,
obviously, yeah, here with you. But my safe, but if we're outside, if I'm pressured, if I'm under stressed or anything, for me to just like touch your arm or hand, that'll be
brooding, guys. She's brooding again.
Oh, God. That's how my safe place would feel like.
Oh, no, same. Like when I come back from work and maybe I've had an hard day and it could be because of anything. Like just that touch calms me down. And I've never had that. Like you'd never catch me when I was even back at my mum's like, oh, come here. Like I'd be like, get off me. She'd be like, let it out, and I'd be like, what are feelings? But you're right. Like in terms of location and personnel here, obviously the other person. There's no one else that I really actually open up to, apart from you. I tell people things.
Yeah.
And I'll make them aware, and at certain times, I will fully open up, but never to the degree that I do with you. With anyone else ever again, and I know that. And do you know what? I'm quite happy with that.
Quite happy.
Very happy, extremely happy, 110% happy. And the same for you.
Of course.
Is it just because how handsome I am, how intelligent I am, how understanding I am, how much of a role model I am, dad ready I am,
body ready you are.
Raw. Fat shaming, yeah?
Well, you said pepperoni is on your face.
If you wasn't pregnant, I'd say so many things right now live on the podcast too.
Go on.
What's your fourth question? Change the subject for you.
The fourth question. The fourth question, I'm not going to be able to answer because I thought of it and I'm like, I can't really think of something.
I am never gonna say like, put it back to you. Don't worry.
That's a whole thing that you will actually do that. Right.
Clearly you don't know me.
When was the last time you did something for the first time?
Oh, fucking hell. I don't know. Anything.
Out of anything.
Last time I done the first... So...
Like something that you've done for the first thing, and when was that?
But the latest one I've done of it. I don't know. I can't just pick that.
I thought I would just put you on a spot as well. Because I can't think of anything. And I've been thinking about it for like 3 hours now.
Yeah, you had the question. You should have done a bit better. What have I done? And do you know what? I probably have done something that I've never done.
Probably put a TV on the wall.
Successfully put a TV on the wall. 100%.
Yes, that's the last thing you've done for the first time.
I have never put a TV on the wall, to be fair. I'm trying to think. You're probably right. Thanks for taking the piss, but you are probably right. Sorry, guys, we might have lost her for a little while. She's laughing at my inability to not put a TV on the wall twice. It's not my fault I've got fucking dry walls, is it? I need to relax. I'm not even doing anything. You know I'm not even cutting this either. You can embarrassingly listen to yourself fucking 2 hours into a podcast and go, yeah, that maybe was a little bit fucking mean. You're now crying. Your watch has probably told you to calm down and stop saying horrible things.
Me to stand up.
You're saying calm the fuck down and be nice to him. So did you just say all them sweet things and you went, yeah, but you eventually, for the first time, actually got that thing on the wall? Also, the fact you don't know the answer to your question is ridiculous.
See, I helped you with yours. Can you help me?
I can give you the answer.
Go on.
Alright, okay. I'll make it as simple as possible. The last time you've done the first thing, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, being pregnant?
Yeah. You've never been pregnant?
Oh. Yeah, but I'm talking about something recent. Like
that is fairly recent.
It's very recent, still pregnant. Yeah, I can take that too.
How did you not think of that first thing? Being a mum.
Just being a dad as well, soon.
Being proposed to.
See, you're thinking quite well now.
Are you done? I hope you feel bad.
No.
And seeing as we're going for segues and the horrible things and first times, fucking last times by the time you're there, you think I'm going to invite you back for another podcast now? Lost your mind.
Huh? I did not understand a single word you said.
Never mind. Can you give the people a baby update? Then we'll wrap it.
I mean, you should be talking about it more
wrap the show.
Because nowadays I'm just sleeping and you're putting a hand on my stomach and you're just
it's inside you. You explain that, how that's been for the 2 weeks that the people haven't heard from you.
So I had a midwife appointment.
Jump in.
I had a midwife appointment. My midwife checked her position with the hands and everything. She's in the right position. She's growing. We listened to her heartbeat. We made sure to listen to it for like 3 minutes straight, just to see if the heartbeat changed or anything. But it was actually so perfect. She is very, how do you say? She's already like she's understanding now. Like the last video I sent you was yesterday as well, when I did not even touch her, like the stomach. But I've put my hand above my stomach, so the shade was over there, the shadow, and she would be kicking at the same time when my hand was right next to the stomach.
Like as if to say, don't try it.
Yeah, as in like, don't touch me. And then she proper bounced me back. Yeah. And then she had a connection with your mum's dog as well.
Yeah. Which
was actually quite cute, and I wish I caught that on camera. So the dog came and he booped my stomach with his nose, and he just left it over there.
Trying to say bopped, by the way.
I say booped every single time.
Because you're thinking about boobs?
No, that's you. Oh. And yeah, when he put the nose on the stomach and she kicked it back, he got scared, so he went like with a shocked face of a cartoon dog or anything. But she's very, very, very active. Back to normal because I was on medications. And yeah, she still has a bit of a space, so she's just turning around.
But you can see each movement now Like, not obviously we'll see it clearer soon, but you can really see how like it's formed to one side or maybe the other side. Like you can see that the first shape changing,
like a wave that comes down.
But not just in terms of like ripples or slight taps. Now it's full on movement. It's just obviously as it goes on, you'll see more and more.
Yeah.
That visually you'll be able to see it, but you are starting to see the start of that, and it's amazing. Obviously, I get morning cuddles all the time now. Bare active, when the hands on the stomach, creating a right fucking, and it feels like proper connection right now. I couldn't be happier. Real movements just makes it more and more real every day.
It does, and how crazy it is just like literally we're already in June, almost middle June.
Yeah, basically summer.
Basically.
It's
just around the corner. That's what it's saying.
Just around the corner.
But that's going to be the longest weeks ever left.
Yeah. It's all to come yet.
Yeah, because I've got 1 week left until my last trimester to come, and that's the hardest one. And plus the summer comes very hot as well.
And you finally got like your race to the finish line now.
Yeah.
So that must feel good.
It does, but I'm very, very much struggling with the movements myself. As in, not because I just feel heavier. It's just the pains and my mentality just breaks me sometimes. And that's it.
Well, you're really lucky that you've got the podcast heavyweight champion of the world as your husband next to you every single day.
Yeah.
Powering away, moving you around, massaging you, making you feel better.
What, full of a bollocks you are.
What full of bollocks you are. Alright, Yoda, calm down. Do you want to sign the people out and we'll get out of here?
No, not today.
Come on.
No, you do it.
At least do an attempt and then
Thank you very much for listening to us, guys.
You sounded depressed. Please get me out of here.
Please get me out of here.
I'm trying to run away.
Just write some questions down so I don't have to think anymore.
Yes, right. Write some questions. Any topics you want to listen to, let us know. It's been your boy, Charlie and Tanya. Now, that was a rubbish outro. Let's do it properly. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Your boy, Dabz out. Dabz and Tanya, thank you so much for listening. Please make sure you tune into the clips. There's something there for you, I promise. And then from there, please listen to the full episodes. We're going to go all year. And I've already said in this episode today that we're going to at least 100. So we're gonna be around for a little while. Yeah, we weren't doing 4 then giving up, were we? That's ridiculous.
Help.
No, but there's no help. You're in it for the long haul. Remember, these aren't for me and for the internet and to eventually monetize it. This is for the baby and to send her to sleep. Remember that. Don't remember what you're coming for.
She's quite active for that at the moment.
Just like earlier you said, when I start talking, she starts moving. So, hey, think of the bigger picture. As I've already said, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your boy, Dabz and Tanya, out. Leave your questions below. Have a good day. Make sure that if you are putting nasal spray up your nose, you also lick walls. Bye!